थोड़े टाइम से ही चलती
और
এখানে টাইমার চলবে 442 সেকেন্ড 41 সেকেন্ড 46 पूरे मतलब मेरे ख्याल से हो जाती स्ट्रीम तक करो तो मेरे ख्याल से वो खत्म थी वैसे हाल से तो
ये टाइम स्ट्रीम चलती भी है मेरी उत्था मेरे ख्याल मेरे दिखाना शुरू कर देसन
बोले ही मैं उसी हाल नहीं चल गई है सॉरी आ गई है
तो मेरे अकाउंट तो देखता पे गिनेस एंड मैथ गाय
आपने
अच्छा उनके नजर दे पे उसामा को वो करवा
मैसेज कर
वो 24 सेलेक्ट कर गए अब्दुल बस
थोड़े बाद में दिखे साथ 26 watching now
रियली
थोड़ी आवाज में दिखे स्टार्ट कर
ये 26 वॉच
okay if someone can confirm that you can hear me fine and you can see my screen, please confirm in the chat box.
40 क्लिक कर दिया अप्रूव
32 people are watching. Thank you, dear. We'll start at after 3 minutes. Thank you, Nasir Muhammad, for confirming. Appreciate that. Amar, light off कर से मेरे होते हैं Avik B says hello sir. Hello Avik B. Thank you for joining my live session. Appreciate that, dear. Today is the first session. Hitaksha Putran says hi dear. Thank you for joining. Today is the first session of the like they say, today is the first day of the rest of my life. So today is the first live session in the coming series. We'll do one live session daily at this time. It's GMT +4, that is Gulf Standard Time, at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. from Monday to Friday, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, these 4 days we'll do some topic, percentages, fractions, equations, whatever. And Shriyas V. Pariya says hi dear, thank you for joining my live session. Sarat Kumar R says yes, it's all fine. Thank you, dear, for confirming. So on 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday, we'll do some lesson, and on Fridays we'll do chit chat, Q&As, and you can ask questions, whatever. And on Saturdays we'll do master class of any one topic. It can take 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, I don't know, but we'll complete all that topic. And then on Sundays we'll do, if it's Sunday, it's fun day, like they say. We'll do math magic, tricks with numbers, the questions like tricks like think of a number, something like that, and we'll do mathematical wizardry, you can say, or magic, or fun things, or tricks you can do with your hands to engage kids when you are in class, if you are a teacher. So, and most dope gaming So it will be this time every day, exactly. Most dopey gaming, it will be same time, and I hope I remain consistent with that. And I have made the program, and let's say for the next 4 to 6 months, this will be it. At the same time, I will come online. Live session will be on my YouTube account, and as I'm using OBS, in a few days we'll add TikTok and Instagram, Facebook page. I don't know, on the same live session when we are doing live session on YouTube. Avik says yes, all fine, thank you. Madhvi Pathina says hello sir, hi dear, thank you for joining my live session. And Naeem Reshtin says your sound is very low. Maybe my mic is a little bit far from me, and you can turn on your what you call it, volume a little bit higher. And my technical person is not here, so bear with me. It's fine now? Okay. So Hanzala at work says it's fine. Okay, thank you. Let's give others like 4-5 minutes, and then we'll start our session. And let me type the topic here. And so okay, so let's bring it here, and yeah. I think now it's in the center. We have 6:02 here PM in Dubai, UAE. Terry Smoot Jr. says, hey there, Professor. Hi dear, thank you, Terry, for joining my live session. In like 2-3 minutes, we'll start our session. And till then, I want to thank you all for your kind words, for your time. You have taken time out from your precious busy schedule, and thank you for that. Okay, we have right now 18 viewers, and I think we should start, right? Madhavi Patina says, sir, speak loudly. इसका कोई वो है क्या? Let me add another mic. So audio capture. Can you? कितना आ गया? Okay. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Osama says. Osama bin Arshad says, Assalamu alaikum, sir. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Osama, how are you? Hope everything is fine. And now can you tell me if my voice is clear now? Let's get rid of this. Anyone? Miss Madhavi Patina, you were saying, sir, speak loudly. Is it fine now, or is still there is a problem? Oh, thank you for the hearts. Prasad. अच्छा Okay, now is it fine? Is it fine now? Can anyone confirm it's fine? And then we'll start the class. Prasad Bhatkal says Namaste sir. Hi dear, thank you for joining my live session. Hitaksha Potran says echo. Is it fine now? Okay, perfect voice sir. Perfect. Osama bin Arshid says. Okay, thank you for confirming dear. And let's start with what's a percent. A percent is simply a fraction in which the denominator is Avik B says much better, Zihad Hussain says okay, Hitaksha says fine now, it's fine now. Okay, thank you dear Sarath Kumar also. So it's a fraction. Let's change the color also. It's a fraction in which the denominator is 100. That's it. It means 20% is 20 over 100. That's the fraction where the denominator is 100. It's called percentage. Or you can say out of 100. If we are saying 20 out of 100, it means 20% or 20 over 100. And if we cancel this out, let's say we divide both of these by 20, we'll get 1 over 5. Or just cancel the zeros, and then 2 times 1 is 2 and 2 times 5 is 10. So 1 over 5 or 1/5 is same as 20%. And if it is 50%, it is 1/2. Why? Because 50% means 50 out of 100 or 50 over 100. That is, if we divide both the numerator and the denominator by 50, it will be 1 over 2. So these are the percentages. And let me also, I should tell you that 100% means 1. 100% means 1. Why? Because 100% means 100 over 100, and we divide both numerator and the denominator by 100, we'll get 1. Okay, so let me show you this on a here. Now here we can see these same percentages here. This is 0%, that is 0, all right. 20% we know it's 1/5, that way. So then this is 50%, that is 1/2, and this is 100%, that is 1. And converting percentages to fractions is very easy, because we just write the number 100 below that number and it becomes the fraction. So if we are talking about 15%, let's say 15%, we know 15% is 15 over 100 or 15 out of 100, and after that we can see, if we cancel this out, if we divide both the numerator and the denominator, in simplest form it will be 5 times 5 and 5 here. 5 times 3 is 15 and 5 times 2 is 10 and 0. So 3/20th. This Asif Ansari says, MashaAllah, thank you dear. Really appreciate your coming to my live session. Thank you very much. And let's say we want to change 37.5% to fraction. So we just do 37.5 over 100, and if we double both numerator and the denominator, double of 37.5 is 75, and double of 100 is 200, and we know that 75 is 3 times of 25 and 200 is 8 times of 25, so it will be 3/8. Okay, so these were some concepts that we needed to know. Let's do some questions here, and you have to be with me and we'll do these questions together. It's not like I am only talking and you are listening. We have around 20 people, and we can do it together. So what is 40% in fractions? Convert the following percentages to fractions. So 40% is equal to what fraction? You will tell me in the comments, and then we'll do it here on board also. Who will tell me? And try to use the same method if you are new, and if you are fine with the concept and you know how to do it, you can use any method. इधर एरर आ रहा है, सबको सही आ रहा है, क्लियर है? ओके, तो फिर मैसेज कोई क्यों नहीं कर रहा? मैसेज रुक गया है, उधर से एरर भी दिखा रहा है। अच्छा, YouTube is not responding, it's written. Okay, so Hitaksha Potran says 2 over 5 exactly. Thank you dear. Zihad Hussain says 40 over 100 is equal to 2 over 5 in 2 steps. That's even better. Avik B says 2 over 5. So exactly what we'll do here is, we know 40%, or we know every percent is same is the same fraction where the denominator is 100. So 40% means 40 over 100. If we just cancel out these zeros, and now we have 4 over 10. We just divide the numerator and denominator by 2 now. So 2 times 2 is 4 and 2 times 5 is 10. Or in its raw form we can just say 40 over 100. That's the fraction also. But the correct answer to its simplest form is 2 over 5, as 3 of you already told me. Okay, let's do like 5 questions from each exercise, and then we'll move on. And if we have time in the end, we'll come back to these to do some more. Okay, so we already did this one. Now you choose which one we do, and then we'll do one of these two also in the end. So you can choose any one of them, or I can choose randomly. Let's say we do alternate numbers. So 25% is, it's the easiest one. Tell me what is 25%. It's in its simplest form. Anyone? Nope. Zihad Hussain says 5. Nasir Muhammad says 25. 25% we have to present 25% in fraction. Zihad Hussain says 25 over 100, that is 1 over 4 exactly. So 25% means 25 over 100. Oh, I think I'm going out of the screen, right? 25 over 100, you can clearly see all of it? I don't think so. Show me. सिर्फ दिखा जा कट गया ना. Okay, so let's write here 25% means 25 over 100, and we know there are 4 25s in 100. So let's change the color, and 25 times 1 is 25 and 25 times 4 is 100. And always remember, this is 25% is the fraction, is the percentage that we should remember by heart, and these are the fraction. I will tell you a few fractions, a few percentages that are frequently used in studies also and in tests also, that you can use to solve questions easily. Avik B says 1 over 4. Hitaksha Putran says 1/4. Thank you, dear, all of you. Okay, let's try this 35%. Tell me the answer to 35% in fraction. What is 35% in fraction? Who will tell me? Anybody? Anyone? Exactly 35 over 100, that is cancelled down to 7 over 20. Thank you, Zihad Hussain. I appreciate that. So 35%, let's write it here. 35% is, we know that the numerator and the denominator can be cancelled out by 5, and here also divide by 5. So 5 times, if we multiply or divide both the numerator and the denominator with the same number, the value of the fraction does not change. So 5 times 7 is, thank you for the hearts or likes, whatever they call it. It's my I'm new to YouTube live session. So 5 times 7 is 35, and 5 times here, take one digit at a time. 5 times 2 is 10, and we have another 0. So 7/20ths or 7 over 20 is our answer. A week B also says 7 over 20. Thank you, dear. So let's try one more from these three. Let's say this one. Tell me what is 12.5% in fraction. 12.5% in fractions. Who will tell me? This session will do to daily at the same time, 6 days a week. But on Saturdays, we'll do master class 2 hours later. This is 6 p.m. Dubai time. That will be 8 p.m. Dubai time. And what you call it? GMT. GMT is 2 p.m. on 6 days, and 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Okay. Hitaksha Putran says 1/8. Thank you, dear. Appreciate that. Thanks for confirming. Let's do it here. 12.5% means 12.5 over 100. And whenever you see this half or 0.5, the best way to make it a whole number is just double it. So double of 12.5 is 25. Double of 12 is 24. And double of half is 1. So 24 and 1 is 25. And double of 100 here is 200. Now we know that in 100 there are 4 25s, and in 200 there will be 8 25s. So we have 8 here, and this is only 25. So we have 125 here. So I divided both the numerator and the denominator by 25 in my head. Okay. And Zihad Hussain says 12.5 over 100 is 0.125. Dear, this you changed it to decimal. We'll come to that also. Don't worry about that. But right now we are converting percentages to fractions. It is 0.125 exactly, and in fraction form it is 1/8. Okay. So now we'll see how to convert any fraction to percentages. Right now we were doing percentages to fractions, but now we'll do fractions to percentages. So here let me bring it like this. Okay. So, and we know it's very easy. We know that percentages is a fraction that has 100 as the denominator. So the first thing is we try to make it make the denominator 100, and whatever the numerator is, that is our percentage. So let's say we want to convert 15 over 100 to percentage. Now we can see that it's already 100 in the denominator. So we just say that it is 15%, nothing else. If it is 100, it is the numerator is already in percentage. It's that simple as that. And forgive my English. My English is not good, but I will try my best. Okay, let's say we have 8 over 50. Now we want to make this denominator equal to 100. So it's 50, it's an easy number. We know double of 50 is 100. So we double both the numerator and the denominator. Double of 8 is 16, and double of 50 is 100. Now we have the denominator as 100. It means 16 over 100 is 16%, and it's the same percentage for 8 over 50. So 8 over 50 is the fraction, and we have converted it to percentage, that is 16%. Whenever you don't understand anything that I am explaining here, you have any confusion or any suggestion, please you can tell me in the chat box. Okay, so let's say we have 7 over 20 and we want to convert this into percentages. Now we have 20, it's also an easy number, and we know that 20 times 5 is 100. So we can convert it to 100. We have multiplied 20 by 5. Exactly same thing we have to do here to keep the value of the fraction intact. 7 times 5 is 35. Now we know when the denominator is 100, the numerator is the percentage, it is 35%. That's our answer for 7/20ths. Exactly, Zihad Hussain says 35%, it is 35%. Thank you, dear. Now let's say we have 4 over 5 and we want to convert it into percentages. 5 is also, now here we saw that 20 times 5 is 100 and 5 times 20 is also 100. Doesn't matter, it's the same thing. If you change the order in addition or multiplication, the answer does not change. So here we have multiplied both the numerator and the denominator by 20, and here also 20 to get 4 times 2 is 8. So 80 on the numerator, and in denominator we have 100. It means 80%. Exactly, Zihad Hussain says 80%. Thank you, Zihad Hussain. Appreciate that. Okay, so Mr. Faisal Javed is here also. He says, wow, thank you, dear. Assalamu alaikum, Faisal Javed sab. How are you? Hope everything is fine. Okay, so but what if we cannot find a whole number that if we multiply to the numerator denominator we get 100. Let's say we have 5 over 6 as a fraction and we want to convert it to percentage. Now I cannot find any whole number that I multiplied by 6 and get the answer 100. So in that case what we do is we just multiply it by 100%. That's it. And we know 100% means 1. So multiplying any number on any fraction by 1 doesn't change its value. So it will be 500 over 6%, right? And we can just cancel out or we can divide here. Just be with me. 6 times 8 is 48 and we have 2 here. We bring this down here and let me change the color also. 6 times 3 is 6 times 3 is 18 and this is our remainder. So the answer here is, this is the quotient. Let me tell you, this is called quotient and this is called remainder and this is called the divisor, right? So when we write a mixed fraction here, we write the quotient like this and then line here. The numerator will be the remainder here, that's 2 in this case, and the denominator will be same, the divisor. Denominator will remain same, and 2 over 6 we can cancel out to 1/3. So let me write 1/3 here. So 83 and 1/3% is our answer. So whenever we have a number in the denominator cannot be multiplied by another number to make it 100. Just multiply it by 100% and we'll get our percentages. Okay. Faisal Javed Saab says, excellent job you are doing. Thank you, dear. Thank you for your kind words. Appreciate that. Okay. So let's do. Before that, let me show you. There are a few percentages that if we just remember them, it will help us a lot in our studies also, and in our daily life also, when we have to deal with percentages. So let me show you that here. So these are some of the percentages that are worth remembering or memorizing, and they help you a lot in your calculations. So let me tell you, these are the already we are dealing with some of them. 1/10 means 10%, and 20% we already did. 25% we already did, it's 1/4, and 50% is half, and this is a new one. 75% is 3/4. These are what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. In this stage, if we remember these, we can get help from. Okay, so now change the following fractions to percentages, and let's do this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so let's do these three and then we'll move on. Who will tell me the answer to 3/20? What is 3/20 in percentages? Don't be shy. Tell me the answer. I know you know it. It's not the responsibility of 2 or 3 people to give the answer. If you are doing it, you can just chat a simple percentage in chat box and I will be happy. Because we have 20 people here. It says viewers are 20 right now. Oh, one is gone. It's 19. And anyone? What is 320 in percentage? So as I told you, what we try to do is we convert the numerator and the denominator. We convert the denominator to 100. So what should I multiply 20 by to get the answer 100? It's 5. So exactly same number I have to multiply here also. So 3 times 5 is 15, and we have 20 times 5, that is 20, and 3/20th is, sorry, my bad, here we have to write 100. So it is 15%. The moment we see 100 in the denominator of a fraction, we know that numerator is the percentage answer actually. So Catresa Barlow, thank you dear. I hope you are doing fine, and if someone wants to tell me where they are joining from, city, country, and what's the exact time there, it will be a great favor for us for fixing the time in the long run for our live sessions. So if you are joining from some country that is not Dubai and UAE, so please tell me your city, country, and if you have, what I am seeing is your name, fine, otherwise you can tell me your name also. So the next one is 24/25, and Hitaksha Putran says 24 times 4 is 96, that is 96%, and that's correct. So 24 over 25. Now we know Catricia Barlow says Atlanta, Georgia, US. And what's the exact time there, dear? Okay. So we know the denominator has 25. So times 4 will make it 100. Here also we will do the same thing. And 24 times 4. Whenever you have times 4, it's easy to multiply by 4. Just double the number twice. Double of 24 is 48. And double of 48 is 96. If you feel difficulty, you can break this in 40 and 8. Double of 40 is 80. And double of 8 is 16. And it's 96. So there are many ways to do the same thing. 96 over 100 means 96%. And we have 10:35 a.m. EST. Thank you, dear. And I hope we don't pronounce this K, so it's Knoxville, Tennessee, 10:35 a.m. Okay, it's the same kaleidoscope eyes. Thank you, dear, for joining my live session. Really appreciate that. So last one, 2 over 3, and then we move on. We don't have a lot of time. We have only 1 hour, and in the last 5 to 10 minutes we can do Q&As also, if you have to ask anything about these live sessions. So anyone? Okay, let me try. 2 over 3. When we know that this 3 we cannot multiply with any single number to get 100, so we multiply it by 100%. Or you can say 100 and we call it percent. So it's 200 over 3%, and that is equal to, we can just divide it by 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Subtract 18 from 20, we get 2. And then let me change the color. Bring this 0 here. Again 3 times 6 is 18, and we have 2 here. Now as I said, this is remainder, this is quotient, and this is the divisor. Divisors remains the same. We write quotient first, then divisor remains same, that is 3, and we write the remainder here always. So Hitaksha Potran says 2 over 3 times 100 is 200 over 3 is equal to 66 whole number. It's not 3 over 2, dear, it's 2 over 3. Okay, but thank you very much for trying, and really appreciate that. So here I have written what we have done till now. To convert a fraction to a percentage, change the denominator to 100 if possible by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by a suitable number. And once the denominator is 100, the numerator gives the percentage. If it is not possible to get 100 in the denominator, multiply the fraction by 100 and simplify. Okay, so let's see how to convert between percentages and decimals, like you did before, and I told you that we'll do. Zihad Hussain did that 0.125, I think. So converting between percentages and decimals is very easy. Actually, the percentage is whatever, let's say 65%, it's already in percent, and we know that the numerator percentage is the fraction where the numerator is denominator is 100. So it's 65 over 100, and whenever we divide by 10, 100, 1000, it's easy to divide. We just shift the point 2 places to the left because of these 2 zeros. If we have 3 zeros, we move 3 places. If we have 1 zero, we move 1. So it will be 0.65. So we are converting from percentages to uh, what you call it, decimals. Okay, so if I want 7% converted to decimals, I know 7% means 7 over 100, and it is. But be careful here, we have to move 2 places to the left, and 7 has decimal point here. We move 1 place, and there is no other number. We have to involve 0 here, and this point will go here. Okay, 0.07, that is the decimal. Okay, let's do one more. Let's say we have 0.3, my bad, sorry, and we want to convert it to percentage. So as I said, 100% means 1, and multiplying by 1 doesn't change the value of any number or fraction. So when we are multiplying by 100, we shift the point, decimal point, 2 places to the left, sorry, to the right. So it will be 30%. So we did both, percentages to decimals and decimals to percentages. Or it is, let's say, 0.77. If we multiply it by 100%, it will become 77%, and so on. So let's do some questions. So we'll do these two, and let's say this one. Okay, who will give the answer? Convert to a percentage. 0.12 converted to percentage is, tell me. Hello, anyone? Are you there? Who will tell me the answer to this question? Convert to a percentage, and 0.12 is the decimal. Okay, let's do it. 0.12, yeah, exactly. So we'll multiply it to 100%, and it will be anonymous talker. I know this person. It's not anonymous talker. Let me deal with him after the session. Okay, so 0.12 times 100 is 12, and the answer is 12%. And whenever you answer to a percentage question, write 12%, not only 12. Catrice Barlow, 12%. Thank you, dear. Avik B says 12%. Thank you, dear. Hitaksha Putran says 12%. And for next, Hitaksha Putran did the next one also. 0.05 is times, oh, it's cutting here. Let's do it here. 0.05 times 100% is 5, and it's because when we multiply by 100, we shift the point 2 places to the right, and we are left with 5. Okay, let's do this 97%. We have to convert to a decimal. So 97% converted to decimal is very easy. 97% means 97 over 100, and it means 0.97. That we know already. Okay, let's move on to the last let's move on to the last one. So let's see how to find easy percentages of numbers based on finding 10%. Okay, so let's say we want to find 20% of 70. 20% of 70 is what? We know that 10% of, remember I told you that some percentages are worth memorizing. So we know that 10% is 1/10, and when we take 10% or 1/10, it means we just move the decimal point one place to the left. So we know 10% of 70 is 7, and 20% will be double of that, that is 14. So 20% of 70 is 14. And let's say we have 15% of 60. Now here we can use that 10% method to get 10% of 60, that is 6, and we know that 15 is what? 10% plus 5%, right? And another thing, we know that 5% is half of 10%. So we can get 10%, that is 6, and add half of it, that is 5%, 3, to get 9, and 15% of 60 is 9. So this is not difficult at all if you go step by step and break it into easy steps. So let me do a little. 7.5% of 80. How will we do that? Now there are two ways. 7.5 is, we know that it is 2.5 times 3. There is one way, and we also know that it is half of 15. 7.5 is half of 15, or 7.5 is 3 times of 2.5. Either way we can do it. We can do it with 15%. We know 10% of 8 is 80 is 8, and this is 10%. Then 5% will be half of that, that is 4. And if we add them, 8 plus 4 is 12, that will become 15%, right? And we know half of 15% is 7.5%. So we take half of this to get 6. So answer is 6 here. Another way of doing this is, Hitaksha Putran says, nice, thank you dear. Zihad Hussain says 0.075. That's the multiplier you got. If you convert 7.5% into decimal, then your answer is correct. Okay, let's do it the other way around. Like I said, this one. So we know 10% of 80 is, right, 8. Let's write it here, 8, right? And this 2.5 is 1/4 of 10. So 1/4 of 8 is, half of 8 is 4, and half of 4 is 2. So this is actually, this 2 is 2.5% of 80, and when we do it times 3, so 2 times 3 will be 6, and we get the same answer. But I will prefer this one. If you look at 7.5 and you double it, it's 15. So get 15% and get the half of it. Okay, let's do some exercises, and then we are done for the. So we'll spend less time in exercise, let's say 2 to 3 questions max, and then we'll do Q&As or chit chat, whatever you like to call it. Okay, so let's say we want to do 80 easier. Let's say this one, let's say this one, and let's say this one. Okay, who will give me the answer? Hitaksha says 0.9%, 0.97. Nice trick. Thank you, dear Hitaksha. Anyone Okay, as I told you, 10% of any number, we just shift the point one place to the left. It will be, Zihad Hussain says 9. Thank you, Zihad Hussain. Appreciate that. So, here answer is 9. So, what about? So, here it's 80% of 2000. It's easy to do subtraction here. We find 10%, double of that is 20%, and we take that 20% away from 2000 to get the answer. Zihad Hussain says 1600. Bravo, dear. Thank you. Let's do that. So, 10% of 2000 is, let's change the color. We shift one place to the left. So, 10% is 200, right? 20% will be 400. And when we take that 20% away from 2000, we are left with 1600, that is 80%. So, your answer is correct. 80% of 2000 is 1600. And what about the last one? Catricia Barlow says 10% of 90 is 9. Thank you, dear. Exactly, it's 9. Hitaksha Putran says 9. It's 9. Thank you, dear. I don't know, in TikTok there is a button. If we click that button, touch that button, it claps for the people who did the right answer. But in YouTube, I don't know. I'm learning. So let's do the last one. This 7.5% of 200. Now we know 10% of 200 is 20, and 5% will be half of that, that is 10. If we add them, this 30 is 15%, right? This is 5%, this is 10%. If we add them, we have 15%, that is 30. And 7.5% is half of 15%. So, half of 30 is the answer, that is 15. So, 7.5% of 200 is 15. That's our answer, and hope someone has already. Zihad Hussain says 15. Thank you, dear. Exactly, it's 15. Hitaksha Putran says it's 1600. 1600 for the second question. Exactly, that's correct. Okay, any one of you, if you have, we have Hitaksha Putran says 15. 15 is the answer exactly for the third question. Now we are left with 7 minutes. Any one of you, if you have any question about this upcoming sessions or events, you can ask, or if you have any other question about this session also, you can ask me. And we have like 7 minutes left. And also, if you want to know more about know more about our online courses, you can go to guinnessandmathguy.com and you will find the details there. Let me write the website here also. So okay, thank you for the likes, dear. If you go to guinnessandmathguy.com, you will find our online courses, and you can see the it's there. It's very easy steps, all the math from grade 3 to grade 10, and there is free stuff also, like the course that is there is an online course. It's called Never Memorize Your Times Tables Again. That is free of cost. You can go there and enjoy that course also. And Kaleidoscope Eyes says, thank you for all your time and effort and energy, brother. Thank you, dear, for your kind words. Appreciate that. People like you keep me going, and you increase my motivation, determination, inspiration, all the good words that have shone in the end. I really appreciate your words. Thank you. Any more questions? Hitaksha Putran says, what would be the steps for 6.5% of 45? So you just take, let me tell you. So what I would do here is, when you have a little practice of 10%, then you know that you said 45, right? Let me write, you said 45. So when you have a little practice of finding 10% easily, then you know shifting 1 point to the left will give me 10%, and shifting 2 points to the left will give us 1%. So it's 0.45, that is 1%, right? Now 10% is 4.5. Let me write the break here. We are doing 5%, then 1%, then 0.5%, right? So it's actually total 6.5%. So 10% is 4.5 or $4.50. So half of it will be 5%, that is $2.25. So let me change the color here. $2.25. That's 5%. 1% is 0.245, and let's bring this here. And 0.5% is half of 1%. So half of 0.45 will be half of 4 is 2, half of, let's say this is 50, it's 25, and then you add them. 5, this is 12, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2.925. But be careful, in the beginning try to do easy numbers, and when you are able to do 10%, 5%, 2.5%, and 1%, 37.5. Yeah, there are some percentages that can be calculated easily with these big percentages, frequent percentages. And after that, you try this. After a little practice, you will be amazed. You can do it mentally also, and on paper and pencil for sure. Okay, so Hitaksha Putran, I hope I was of some help. Let's see if I did it correct in my first live session. So it was what? 6.5%. Okay, thanks God. It's correct. And Catricia Barlow says, thank you for the live session. You are welcome, dear. And thank you for taking time to join my live session. Avik B says, thanks for the live session. Thank you, dear. Thank you for joining. BGMI Pros says, thank you, sir, for your live guidance. It helps me a lot. Thank you, dear. People like you, I'm here to help also, and you people are helping me a lot by just joining the live sessions. Hitaksha Putran says, thanks a lot. Okay, dear all, we have 2 minutes left, and after 2 minutes we'll end this session. I'll click. I don't know a lot about OBS, but this was the, oh, I'm sorry, this, I'm looking at a screen, this you people couldn't see this. This 4.5 is actually 10%, and half of that 2.25 is 5%. 4.5 is 10%. Okay. Next time I will put some line here so that I know, okay, this is the edge. If I go beyond that, it will be cut out from the screen. Okay, Hitaksha. Okay. Thank you, dear all. So that's time for me. Don't forget to go to guinnessandmathguy.com for checking out our online courses, and stay blessed, stay safe. We'll do the same session. We'll do the with different topics. We'll do the session at the same time daily. Stay blessed, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. BGMI Pro says, sir, can you please explain how to get any square root or cube root in second for my bank preparation? There, the topic will come. I don't know which session it is. There is a session where we are telling where I will show how to get square roots of perfect squares and cube roots of perfect cubes very easy, like in 3 to 5 seconds. So stay tuned. Faisal Javed says wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.